Some mysteries are too strange to ignore. Stories filled with eerie details, missing answers, and questions that only grow louder with time. From unexplained deaths to vanishing suspects, these cases continue to baffle investigators and haunt history. Let's dive into the most chilling and unsolved tales that still refuse to rest. Number 5. Steven Avery's double life. In 1985, Steven Avery was convicted of sexual assault and attempted murder in Manitowoc County, Wisconsin. He spent 18 years in prison until DNA evidence proved he was innocent. In 2003, he walked free and many thought justice had finally been served. But just 2 years later, Avery was arrested again, this time for the murder of photographer Teresa Halbach. The timing was suspicious. Avery had filed a lawsuit against the same sheriff's department that wrongfully jailed him, and suddenly he was accused of an even darker crime. Was it coincidence or something deeper? The investigation into Halbach's murder was anything but ordinary. Evidence seemed to appear too conveniently. Police who were not supposed to be involved were suddenly at the center of the case. The trial revealed gaps, twists, and moments that left people shocked. Avery was found guilty, but public opinion split in two. Some believe he's a cold-blooded killer. Others think he's a pawn in a corrupt system. The documentary Making a Murderer dives deep into the controversy, but even after all the cameras and courtroom drama, the truth remains painfully unclear. Number 4. The Wallace Riddle. In 1931, Julia Wallace was found brutally murdered in her Liverpool home. The case quickly turned strange. Just the night before, her husband, William Wallace, received a mysterious call from a man named R.M. Qualtrough, asking to meet at a non-existent address. William left to find the place, but it didn't exist. When he returned home, he found Julia dead. Police arrested him, believing he'd used the call to create an alibi, but the timeline didn't fit. His conviction was overturned, and what looked like a solved case unraveled fast. Despite intense public scrutiny and a bizarre set of clues, no one else was ever charged with the murder. Was the call a trap? Was it William covering his tracks? Or was someone else using him as a pawn? Over the decades, several theories have surfaced, but none have stuck. The phone call, the timing, and Julia's death remain pieces of a puzzle no one has solved. Nearly a century later, the murder of Julia Wallace stands as one of Britain's most chilling and enduring mysteries. Number 3. The gold mine murder. After striking it rich in Canada's gold mines, Sir Harry Oakes moved to the Bahamas to enjoy paradise and avoid taxes. But in the summer of 1943, that paradise turned deadly. Oakes was found brutally murdered in his mansion, igniting one of the most tangled murder investigations in history. His stepson was arrested first. After a suspicious fingerprint placed him at the crime scene with a clear motive he stood to inherit Oakes' fortune, it seemed like an open and shut case. But that fingerprint was proven to be planted, and the case crumbled instantly. Attention then shifted to Harold Christie, Oakes' business partner, who owed him a large debt and happened to be in the house that night. Many believe Christie had the motive and opportunity, but he was never charged. Others pointed to the mafia, speculating that Oakes' clashes with powerful figures had sealed his fate, but those rumors never led anywhere solid. The investigation was filled with corruption, confusion, and unanswered questions. Decades later, no one truly knows who killed Sir Harry Oakes, and the truth remains buried as deep as the gold he once mined. Number 2. The Shepherd Tragedy. In 1954, Marilyn Shepherd was found bludgeoned to death in her home, and her husband, Dr. Sam Shepherd, was quickly blamed. The case exploded in the media, turning his trial into a circus before it even began. With public opinion stacked against him, Sam was convicted and sentenced to prison. But nearly 10 years later, in 1966, the Supreme Court ruled that he hadn't received a fair trial. He was acquitted and released. But the nightmare wasn't over. Sam spent the rest of his life searching for his wife's true killer. Sam died in 1970 without ever finding the person responsible. But his son, determined to clear his father's name once and for all, picked up the search. Despite years of investigation, new theories, and even DNA testing, no one has been brought to justice. The identity of Marilyn's killer remains unknown, and the case continues to haunt American legal history. It inspired books, movies, and even the famous series The Fugitive. But behind the drama is a real family still waiting for answers. Number 1. Yogzi. The case of Gunther Stoll, known as Yogzi, is one of the strangest mysteries in modern history. A paranoid yet brilliant German food engineer, Stoll often told his wife about them, a mysterious group he believed wanted him dead. On October 25, 1984, he suddenly shouted, "Now I've got it," and scribbled the letters Yogzi on a scrap of paper. Letters that have never been deciphered. Just hours later, he was found naked and injured in his crashed car by 2 truck drivers. On the way to the hospital, Gunther Stoll died under deeply suspicious circumstances. Before dying, he told the drivers that 4 men had been in the car and had beat him loose. A bizarre phrase that only deepened the confusion. Who were these men? What did Yogzi mean? Why was he naked? And why were there no clear signs of a crash injury? Decades have passed and no one has uncovered the truth. With no suspects, no motive, and cryptic final words, the Yogzi case remains one of the most haunting puzzles in true crime history. Unsolved, unexplained, unforgettable. Thanks for watching. Some mysteries fade, but these only grow darker with time. If you enjoy the journey, don't forget to like and subscribe for more chilling stories. Until next time, stay curious and stay safe.